Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Sharaine. I'm the founder of Amerikee Freight LLC, and I want to start by thanking you for taking the time to watch this video. Since this is my very first video on the channel, I thought it would be important to introduce myself, share my story, and explain why I started Amerikee Freight. Before I talk about the business itself, I'd like to share something special about the name. The name Amerikee is actually a family name. When it came time to build this company, I didn't want a name that was simply catchy or trendy. I wanted a name that meant something, a name connected to legacy, family, and the values I hope to build this company on. For me, Amerikee isn't just a company name. It's a reminder that businesses can be built with purpose, integrity, and a long-term vision. It's a connection to family and a reminder that every decision we make contributes to the legacy we're creating. The idea of building something meaningful is one of the reasons Amerikee Freight exists today. My professional journey has been a little different from what some people might expect. I've worked in healthcare, helping people directly through patient care and support. And during that time, I learned something that has stayed with me throughout every career path and business venture I've pursued. When communication breaks down, everything becomes more difficult. Whether you're caring for patients, managing a business, building technology, or moving freight across the country, communication and organization matter. At the same time, I pursued my education in technology and business, developing a passion for systems, operations, and finding ways to improve how people work and connect. The more I learned about business, the more interested I became in industries that serve as the backbone of our economy. One of those industries is transportation. The truth is, most people don't think much about transportation until something doesn't arrive on time. But transportation touches nearly every aspect of our daily lives. The food in our grocery stores, the furniture in our homes, the supplies in hospitals, the materials used to build our communities. Nearly everything we use has spent time moving through the transportation industry. And behind every shipment is a network of drivers, carriers, brokers, dispatchers, and logistics professionals working together to keep freight moving. The more I learned about the industry, the more respect I gained for the people who make that happen every day. As I continue researching transportation and logistics, I began paying attention to the challenges owner-operators and small fleet owners faced. I saw hardworking business owners balancing an incredible number of responsibilities. They're driving, they're managing fuel costs, they're handling maintenance, they're communicating with brokers, they're negotiating rates, searching for loads, managing paperwork, trying to grow their business while simultaneously keeping their trucks moving. That's a tremendous amount of responsibility for one person or a small team. What stood out to me was the many carriers were spending so much time managing the business that they had less time to focus on the work that actually generates revenue. That's when I decided and I realized many carriers don't simply need someone to find freight. They need support. They need a community. They need organization. And most importantly, they need communication. They need someone who understands every load impacts profitability and every mile matters. That realization became the foundation of Amerikee Freight. I founded Amerikee Freight with a simple mission: to help owner-operators and small fleet carriers spend less time chasing freight and more time moving it. The goal was never to become just another dispatch company. The goal was to build a company centered on professionalism, reliability, communication, and long-term relationships. At Amerikee Freight, we focus on strategic load sourcing, broker communication, rate negotiation, route planning assistance, and carrier support. But more importantly, we focus on helping carriers operate more efficiently. Because successful businesses aren't built on random opportunities. They're built on systems. They're built on relationships. They're built on consistency. That's also one of the reasons I decided to start this YouTube channel. I wanted to create a place where I could share what I'm learning, discuss industry topics, and provide value to people growing interested in transportation, entrepreneurship, and business growth. On this channel, we'll be talking about freight dispatching, transportation and logistics, small fleet growth strategies, entrepreneurship and business development, leadership and personal growth, and some videos will be educational, of course, and some will be practical. Some will be discussions about lessons learned while building businesses, and some will simply be honest conversations about the realities of growth, leadership, and creating something from the ground up. Whether you're an owner-operator, a fleet owner, an entrepreneur, a student, or someone interested in logistics, I hope you'll find something valuable here. And one thing you'll quickly learn about me is that I believe success is rarely built overnight. Most success comes from showing up consistently, learning continuously, building relationships, improving systems, making adjustments, and continuing forward even when the results aren't immediately visible. That's how businesses grow, that's how careers develop, and that's how goals become reality. So if you're interested in transportation, entrepreneurship, logistics, and business growth, I invite you to subscribe and join me on this journey. We're just getting started, and I'm excited to see where it leads. Thank you for watching. And remember, every mile mastered.